Alright, welcome to the channel if you're new. Welcome back if you are already subscribed. Um, Today I want to do another video, not top 5, but more like a top 7. I'm going to go through each of the regions in order from least favorite to favorite, explain why they are the way they are, in my personal opinion. This is all my opinion, so if you don't agree with me, you could put your opinion in the comment section below. I'm gonna be doing a lot more top 5s over the summer. I feel like this is the best time to do top 5s because I have the most time to like edit and record. So yeah. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that notification button and subscribe. I said that out of order. Said that out of order. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell to stay updated. Also, don't forget to join me on Discord. I want to bring my Discord a lot more into the light. So if you want, join me there on Discord so we could have chats. You can see what I'm planning to do for like another top 5 in the future and all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get started with the video. Alright, so number 7 on this list is Johto. I just paused for 5 seconds just to make sure you guys could yell in the comment section before we even get halfway through this video. Johto is my least favorite region for so many reasons. It's between the gameplay and the trainers and some of the Pokemon that came out of it are just like not my favorites. Like if I looked at I was looking back at my top 10 and I realized there's a lot of Pokemon from Johto that I just didn't remember because I didn't like it that much. I'm like, I don't even remember you. I don't like you. So let me start. One of my least favorite starter Pokemon is from Johto. It's Meganium. I love grass type starters, but Meganium just doesn't work with me. And I don't like Meganium for so many reasons. It's slow. It's actually the first time I played through Johto, I played with Meganium. Because I thought, alright, I'm gonna give the grass type a chance since it was my first time playing for grass type Pokemon, and I hated it. I hated it so bad. And that's just a starter. Now there's the gameplay. I feel like almost every trainer in Johto is made, especially all the gym leaders in the Elite Four, are literally just made just to tick you off. I mean, okay, let's start. Falconer has an underlevel Pidgeotto. That's a hack. Actually, Bugsy's good. Whitney and her most infamous milk tank ever. I mean, if this wasn't number 7, I don't know how I was gonna let this go above number 7 because I just hate that milk tank. What else? Oh yeah, we have to have the extra HM for Whirlpool just to get to one gym leader. It's so annoying. I can't with Johto. It really irritates me. There's Lantern's 3 underlevel Dragonites. Either lower your levels and have 3 Dragoneers, or raise your levels and have 3 Dragonites. I don't care. You're either cheating the game by having underlevel Pokemon, or you're gonna be overleveled as heck. And that's another issue with Johto. The leveling system in that region is so annoying. I played through Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and then later played through Hard Gold and Soul Silver, and I feel like I've never been on par with any of the trainers. I feel like they've always been like 5 to 8 levels above me. It's just so annoying. I battled almost every trainer in Johto prior to the Elite Four and the Champion, and I was still under leveled. And so I will say this. Johto is number 7, but there is a good part to Johto and the Johto games. You get to go to Kanto, and that's really it. Besides that, I really don't like Johto. Johto is my least favorite region for so many reasons, and that's why it gets number 7 spot on this list. I know I'm getting a lot of hate for that or a lot of respect. I think CJ might hate me now. Number 6 on this list is Kalos, and this was a hard decision because I had to choose between this and Hoenn. And I really didn't want to put Hoenn that low for a lot of reasons. Now, I bet a lot of people really don't like Kalos, and that's honestly not how I feel. I like Kalos. The only region I don't like is Johto. But the reason I put Kalos as number 6 on this list because the reason I put Kalos as number 6 on this list is for 2 reasons. 1, the game is way too fast, and 2, the game is too easy, and that's the issue with Kalos. That's the main issue with Kalos, because even if you turn off the experience share, because I played a whole run where I turned off the experience share, and I was still over leveled by the time I got to the Elite 1 champion. It genuinely sucks to think about something like that, because it's like You want a challenge. You want to go into the Elite Four thinking, okay, this is going to be the hardest challenge of the region. And I'm not gonna lie, they weren't. The hardest challenge for me in that region was actually the pacing. That's another reason I don't like Kalos. The pacing for the Kalos games is way too slow. And it's really messed up too because all right, so from your hometown to the first gym, you can do that whole section of the game in about 20 minutes. From the first gym to the second gym is about like maybe a 45 minute to an hour stretch of time. Like that's ridiculous pacing. And then the third gym is about maybe 20 to 30 minutes, depending how fast you go through. The fourth gym is like within 5 minutes of from the third gym. The fifth gym is about another 10 to 15 minutes. The sixth gym is about 10 to 15 minutes. The seventh gym is maybe 20-25 minutes, 30 minutes. Actually, about 35 minutes because there's something in between the sixth and the seventh gym. And then it's just like the whole game just feels really badly paced. Like Game Freak didn't pace the game out properly, didn't place things properly because I feel like the whole thing with not Team Plasma, Team Skull was just oddly timed. I mean, whoa, Team Skull, Team Flare was just oddly timed. Like nothing felt like it was in its proper place. I couldn't appreciate Kalos for what it was because it was a really marvelous game. The music was beautiful. I will not lie, Kalos beats a lot of other regions in music because it's just done so well. But like, there's so many bad things about Kalos, I just can't sit here and tolerate it. Which is why Kalos is number 6 on this list. Alright, so here's where we get into the good part of the list. The top 5 were actually really well. Um, 5 through 2 were actually really hard to put apart, and I really wasn't sure where to put Hoenn on the list because Hoenn initially was my least favorite region, and this makes a lot of sense considering my character. I'm a person who hates water. I don't like being in the water at all. Like literally last week, I went to a lake, and then I went to a pool, and then I went to the beach, and I'm like, I'm just sick of this. I don't want to be in the water anymore, but I didn't have a choice. And it was just like, I don't like water. And when I first went to Hoenn, when Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald came out, and I played it on my DS with the bottom cartridge, I hated Hoenn. I hated so much. I felt like because there was a lot of reasons I hated Hoenn initially. Initially, the pace felt really slow. When you surfed, you were slow. Just too much water in general. The story felt a little bit like it just felt like a complete copy of like Kanto. The story literally felt like a complete copy of Kanto, just with different teams and their core and looking at each other. And it's like I didn't feel like I was playing a new Pokemon game. I just felt like I was playing Kanto or Johto again, which kind of killed the vibe for me. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna lie, this would have been number 7 on the list if it wasn't for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire changed my perspective on these games so much. There's so many minor differences really changed my perspective on this. First of all, Zinnia. I love the character Zinnia. Zinnia is my second favorite character in the Pokemon franchise next to N. Zinnia is a person who, similar to me, will do whatever it takes to achieve their goals. It means working hard. If it means putting someone else at a little bit of a risk, I would do it. And I feel like that's bad for me to say. I feel like it's selfish, but at the same point, she fits with me. Her character, personality fits with me, and I loved her story because she was left so ambiguous, and you just want her back. Like I've asked a few people, would you want Zinnia back? And for the most part, they all said yes. They want Zinnia back. They want characters like Zinnia and back into the story. And while I do feel like some characters like Zinnia and are a little overplayed and like overliked, I feel like they get what they deserve. They are really well developed characters. I love Zinnia and for that. And I'm not gonna lie, the one thing that I liked about Hoenn, or even in the original Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, was the gosh darn soundtrack. Hoenn just loves their soundtrack. I'm not gonna lie, they've done a really good job in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and they've done a really good job remastering it on Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I've never been so impressed in my life, and that's why Hoenn's number 5 on this list. And I know it sucks, but there's a few more regions that just take the place above it. So let's get to number 4. Alright, number 4 is Kanto, and this is a coin toss between this and Hoenn for being number 4. I literally flipped the coin to decide this one. I like Kanto as much as I like Hoenn, which is hard because Kanto was the original OG region. I loved Blue as a rival. I feel like he was a really challenging rival. He pushed me to be better as a trainer. And I think he's part of the reason why I really got into Pokemon. Now, the first time I played through Kanto was when it came out on the Virtual Console. Now, I bet you're wondering, didn't I just say how he's the reason why I got into Pokemon? He kind of was, because there were so many memes about him prior to playing the Virtual Console. I played through the Virtual Console of Red, Blue. No, I played through just Yellow. And it was a lot of fun. I actually liked Kanto. Like, its design is pretty fair. It's not linear like Unova, which is one little reason why it was hard between this Kanto. I could put out when I was putting this list together. I had Hoenn, Kanto, and Unova all next to each other on the list. I'm like, shoot, where do I put this? And I realized there's some things about other regions. There's something about Unova that puts it above Kanto. Now, the main reason why I put Kanto on this list because A, it's the first region. Of course, you wouldn't bash it, make it your least favorite region because you're gonna get all those Gen 1 haters, Gen 1 fanboys that just like, oh, you just hate it because it's Gen 1 and we don't like. I don't care. I don't like Gen 1ers at all. I feel like you're the most annoying part of our fan base, the Gen 1ers. And 2 is because the original Pokemon designs were pretty interesting. Like all of them were like. You could see there was some level of creativity in most of them. Like Charizard, well, it did look like a standard dragon. It wasn't as big as a standard dragon. For Blastoise, I love Blastoids cannons, and for Venusaur, I just love Venusaur. Like I love the Kanto starters in general. They're some of my favorite starters in the whole Pokemon world because they are all really well designed. And while Charizard might be my least favorite starter, game wise, like in game design wise, it's one of my favorites. Which is part of the reason why Kanto made it this far. Another reason is because I just like Kanto. Like Kanto is a Pokemon. Like the thing is, I played Kanto. Kanto was actually the last game I played out of all the Pokemon games. That's the most recent outside of the white Nuzlocke. Still making a mistake. And I feel like Kanto has like a really nice, quaint feel to it. It's not like things are going nuts every 10 seconds. Just like, give me a second. Don't you hate when you have to yawn when you're making a video? Kanto just has like a quaint feel to it. It's not rushed like Kalos. It's not slow like it doesn't feel slow like Hoenn. It's just like right there in the middle. It's really nice. And the leveling is pretty fair. So I really can't complain. Kanto is a nice region to go to. I would love to go like the real life version of Kanto in Japan. Just to see what it's like, see how they do inspiration. Because I feel like Kanto is really well done. Which is why Kanto, I feel like I said that like a million times, is number 4 on this list. I bet you thought Unova was next. That's a joke. I totally forgot about Alola until I got late into this video. Okay, so Alola is a funny region. Alola is the region where they decided to change everything up in the Pokemon world, where they decided to cut HMs off. Thank God, finally, I've been praying for that to happen. And they decided to get rid of the gyms and do island challenges, which makes a lot of sense. It fits with the style of Alola and how to more like it fits the style of Alola and like where it's supposed to be based off, because Alola is based off Hawaii, so you can kind of see why they were more relaxed and not really having like a Pokemon League until you get there. And I feel like Alola did a lot of things right that a lot of people don't appreciate. I feel like the transition from gym leaders to island challenges were pretty fair. They did a really good job. Like I feel like every island was well paced when it came to the challenges. There weren't some that were just like right on top of each other, like, oh, you gotta do this and then you gotta do this. It's like you literally, as you do the challenge, you're progressing through the island. It's like really fair to do. Okay, so let me go through the reason why Alola gets a lot of slack in my opinion. Part 1. They hold your hand way too much. This entire game, both Sun and Moon and Ultra Sun and Moon, they just hold your hand like you're a baby, which is fair if for like some of the new people coming back to Pokemon after the whole Pokemon Go event, because Pokemon Go really is the reason why a lot of people would jump back into Pokemon, which is why they probably held your hand with this, and that's fair. I'm not gonna lie. And number 2, the plot. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't particularly like the plot of Alola too much. I did like the character progression, however. We see a lot of character progression with Lily and Gladian, who I feel like the story is really about. It's not really our story, it's more of their story, because we're seeing Lily going through this phase of like, oh, I rejected my mom. Now how do I feel about her? What do I do? Also gotta protect Nebby from my mom because she wants to take Nebby and open wormholes into ultra space. And you see that progression between, like, you see Lily at the beginning of the game. She's more fragile. She's just like this shy girl who doesn't really know what she wants. She just wants to like find a way to like go to peace with Nebby, like find a way to like reach her mom again. And that's made more clear at the end of the game. And I like Lily for that. She has a lot of character progression because we get from the beginning of the game, she's nervous, she's shy, she doesn't really know what to do. At the end of the game, she's more confident, she believes in herself and believes in you. And I really like that. And the same thing with Gladian. Gladian is a loner. Gladian is a pure loner who you can feel has a lot of regrets about the things he's done in his past. And you see throughout the story, Gladian becomes a little bit more friendly. He actually opens up his little circle from just him and Lily, not even Lily sometimes, to him, Lily, you, and Hal. And I really like that. Gladian and Lily are the purest examples of Pokemon of character progression in the 7th generation. They did it really well with those two. And while I can't say they compare to another character who's going to be a little bit later on this list, I feel like Game Freak did pretty well on Lola. Along with the soundtrack. Soundtrack's amazing. Like the music you're hearing right now is part of the reason why people hated Ultra Sun and Moon, because this battle was a little too hard. I cough because that's a little too hard. That was really hard. That was a really hard battle. However, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's get to number 2 and number 1. Last two. So, ooh, this was hard to decide. This was really hard to decide because Unova and Sinnoh are my favorite 2 regions, and that's a really unpopular opinion. I'm right with that. It's a really unpopular opinion because not a lot of people like Unova for a lot of reasons. They don't like some of the Pokemon designs, and I don't blame them because some of them are not the best. They don't like some of the They don't like the region because it's too linear, and they don't like some people even say they don't like the story, which is like, what is wrong with you? How do you not like the story of this game? Unova is like home to me. Unova was the second games I played in the Pokemon franchise after Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and they were a lot of fun to go through, and I liked it for a lot of reasons. They had the character of N. N was an amazing character who I felt got a really good story explained between Black and White and then Black 2 and White 2 with his like a little bit of epilogue. And I really enjoy N as a character. He's really nice to have around, and I genuinely miss the days where N was in the story, because Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, I feel like that was good for N. But I kind of want to see what N does after Black 2 and White 2. Like, I want to see, where does he go? Does he want to actually be a Pokemon trainer? Or does he want to just be a Pokemon friend or companion? Like, I want to know more about N. And this is the same reason why I like Zinnia. Because Zinnia has so much potential in her story. We just need to figure out, where do we do it? What do we do with Zinnia? And this is why, that's part of the reason why I like Unova got to number 2. The second reason why, which is my personal reason, is the music is so good. I'm not gonna lie. Sinnoh gets beat out in Unova in the music style because it's so good. I think it might be because like I'm a New Yorker, so this personally resonates with me. Sorry for the bias. That the music just feels like a New York type of style. It feels like that New York setting. Like, it feels like New York. It feels like what I would hear around the city. Like, I would hear a lot of jazz. I hear the occasional jazz. I hear a lot of trumpets. A lot of different types of instruments, because New York is really a melting pot in itself. Like, there's a lot of different types of instruments in New York that is played. There's a lot of different people with a lot of different backgrounds. And that's another thing I like about Unova. They were really like open with the background, because I went through the game. There's a lot of people who spoke different languages. I'm like, I like that because it reminds me of New York City. And I know this is bias and all, but yeah, that's why Unova gets to number 2 for a lot of reasons. But I feel like Unova just resonates with me the most, which is kind of a cop-out because I'm a New Yorker, and Unova is based off New York, but still, I love Unova for the way it is. I personally would love to see a remake of the Unova games. Let's get to Sinnoh. And number 1, well, to be expected, is Sinnoh. And I could go on for days why it's Sinnoh, which I'm going to try and keep it short. I'm going to do 2 minutes. The Sinnoh region is kind of like home to me. Sinnoh, despite it not being like New York and not being like the Unova region, feels like home to me because I love Sinnoh's design. I love Sinnoh music. I love this characters in Sinnoh. I love Cynthia. Cynthia is my favorite champion. Cynthia is my favorite champion, to be honest. And I feel like Sinnoh did a lot of things right that the previous generations needed to improve on, and the future generations were capped off on. And Sinnoh was just like that sweet point. Gen 4 was that sweet point where it's like, ooh, we can make some quick changes now that we're on the DS, and it's gonna be good. And it was good the entire time. It was amazing, and I enjoyed it completely. Sinnoh, Sinnoh reminds me of the places I want to be. Sinnoh is one of those more open, expansive type of regions in comparison to Unova and Kalos, where they feel a lot more linear. And Sinnoh, like literally in Sinnoh, you get to choose the third, fourth, and fifth gym leaders you go against, because you can choose between the fighting gym for third, the ghost gym for third, or the water gym for third, because you get to choose, especially in platinum. And I think I enjoy the creativity they did with that, because not a lot of, like, literally in no other games you get to choose which gym leader you do in what order. You have to take on gym leaders in each order, but like Sinnoh, you don't have to. Sinnoh's a good region. And let me go into the why I like it. The plot of the game kinda, I can't say it resonates with me, but I understand that I can see the villain's point of it. I can see Cyrus's perspective. He feels like human emotions weaken us, and that makes perfect sense, because people are bound by their emotion. People are controlled by how they feel. If you have a crush, you know you're gonna feel a little bit different versus around being around a best friend. It's like Cyrus has a point, and I respect that point. I could genuinely agree with that point. Like, even though I don't agree with the way he wanted to do it, he makes sense. And let me just, okay, I need another minute. But for Cynthia is the best, I mean the best champion we've had to date. Her personality, her team, her character is just really well done across all mediums of the Sinnoh region. If it's in the anime or in the manga or in the game, Cynthia is done perfectly. She's an amazing champion of battle, and her music gets you both hyped up but also nervous, because you know something's about to go down. And that's just it. Like, I keep saying Unova. Sinnoh is just that region I feel like they did perfectly, and it was at the perfect point in the Pokemon franchise. And yeah, that's Sinnoh. That's why Sinnoh is my #1 option. I hope you guys enjoyed. Whoa, derp, that's not what I need to do. Sinnoh is my #1 option. If you agree with the list, if you don't agree with the list, leave your personal list down below in the comment section. And that's basically it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you next time. Alright, I just want to say one more thing. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, the video. This is something I want to do for a while now. I had a poll on my Discord, which you should totally join down below in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to leave your personal opinions down in the comment section below. Like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.